China's military remains in turmoil and it is getting messier by the day. We're talking about the PLA, the People's Liberation Army. That's what the Chinese army is called. They're witnessing a massive purge. Their top brass is under fire. Yesterday, we told you about Admiral Dong Jun. He's the defense minister of China. I'm not sure for how long, though, because he's believed to be facing a probe for corruption. It's hard to say what awaits him. As of today, Beijing is loudly denying all the stories about him, and yet something doesn't add up. Today, a top PLA officer was suspended. His name is Admiral Miao Hua.
Miao Hua, a member of the Central Military Commission and director of the Political Work Department of the CMC, is suspected of a serious breach of discipline and has been suspended for inspection by the party's Central Committee.
Miao held a powerful position in China's military establishment. It's hard to say that with a straight face. Admiral Miao was the member of the CMC, the Central Military Commission. This is China's top decision-making body on military matters. It is chaired by Xi Jinping himself. Now, Admiral Miao was a close ally of the Chinese president. It was well known in the Chinese establishment. Miao served in the Chinese forces in Fujian, and guess who else served there? Xi Jinping. In the 1990s and early 2000s, Xi was Fujian's governor. So they go back a long way. But it seems that the old connection could not save this admiral. China announced the action against him today. I have a copy of that statement. This is what it said, and I'm quoting. The ruling Chinese Communist Party has decided to suspend Miao Hua from duty pending investigation. Investigation for what? What are the charges against him? What is this admiral being accused of? As usual, Beijing has not revealed much. The official line is this: Miao committed serious violations of discipline. It's a common euphemism for corruption in China, violations of discipline. And this has been the pattern for the past couple of years. A military officer first disappears, then they are removed from their post. A carefully worded announcement follows, where Beijing provides no specifics, and the military officer in question is purged. Do you know how many of them have been removed in this way? At least 16 since last year. All of them held senior positions in the Chinese military, 16 top officials. This list includes 2 former defense ministers, 5 officers from China's rocket force, and 2 more from the PLA's equipment department. This department, as the name suggests, equips the Chinese military. Earlier this year, some more details came to light. They were about Wei Fenghe and Li Shangfu, the 2 former defense ministers who were axed. Apparently, both had taken bribes. They were accused of setting a bad example. But the way this is going, it seems the entire military leadership is setting a bad example in China. And this is spiraling a full-blown scandal. Just how deep does corruption run in the PLA? How far has the rot spread? Even Xi Jinping may not have the answers. He has set up a special group of investigators to probe corruption in the military. It will report directly to the Central Military Commission. Apparently, the cleanup is far from over. More officers could be targeted in the days ahead, which brings us back to China's defense minister, Admiral Dong Jun. The 3rd defense minister in 2 years to face a corruption probe. China has rubbished this, though.
The report is pure fabrication, and its perpetrators are ill-intentioned. China expresses its strong dissatisfaction with such slanderous behavior.
That was a spokesperson for China's defense ministry. But where is the minister himself? Why can't he address these allegations directly? The world is waiting to hear from him, including the United States, which is not convinced by China's denials. The US too believes that Admiral Dong, the defense minister, is being investigated. Now let's join the dots. China's defense minister is missing. He has been accused of corruption. 2 defense ministers before him were found to be corrupt. In 1 year, 16 senior military officers have been purged. Does the PLA have a stable command and control structure? Who is even leading this military? Xi Jinping has removed the top brass, so who is left to lead the PLA? And this has been going on for years, by the way. Ever since Xi Jinping took power, the PLA has opened 4,000 cases. 4,000 only in the military. More than 100 high-level military officials have been removed, and the president is not done yet. Can any military function effectively amid such chaos in the ranks? Xi Jinping is not only triggering this chaos, he's also pushing his army into adventurism. He's escalating tensions with Taiwan. A few days ago, Taipei spotted 2 Chinese spy balloons. Reports say China is also planning a major drill around the island. Beijing is angry with Taiwan's President Lai Ching-te, who is heading to the Pacific with a stop in the United States. Today, Beijing issued a warning to Washington.
We urge the U.S. side to abide by the One China principle and the provisions of the 3 China-U.S. joint communiques, refrain from sending any wrong signals to the forces of Taiwan independence, and take practical actions to safeguard China-U.S. relations and peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait.
So tensions are rising in the Taiwan Strait. Then we have China's border with India. Both sides recently disengaged from the remaining flashpoints, but a full de-escalation is still pending. Now, India and China have a considerable presence of troops and military hardware on the front lines. The PLA is stretched thin, and it is gripped by internal turmoil. This is a tricky situation, not just for China, but also for its neighbors. Even one misstep can prove to be one too many. They must remain vigilant.